guys, back with another video. I know it's been like a little bit since I posted, but I wanted to come on here today and talk about what I think we should all carry in 2025, especially like with the stuff going on around the world. It's been a lot of like shootings, fucking people blowing stuff up, just a lot of wild stuff going on. So, and it's crazy because 2025, we always expect it to be a new year, a better year, safer year, but unfortunately this year didn't start like that. So I've just been seeing a lot of wild stuff, and it just makes me like more appreciative of being able to carry a gun every day, especially now having a daughter. I feel like it's even more important to carry a gun. When you have a family, it's not like you're just protecting yourself anymore. It's like, you know, you got loved ones, you got a kid, you got a spouse that you got to take care of. So if anything ever happens, anything ever pops off, you want to have the ability to protect them, and in this case with a firearm. Like, yes, carrying knives are cool. Carry this knife sometimes in a sheath. Carry a couple knives. I got this EDC knife from what brand was this? CRKT. Got it the other day. Just wanted a new little EDC knife because I carry these cheaper ones and they're good, but after a while they lose their edge. So just invested about $65 on a quality one, and now yeah, this is the one I've been rocking. But like I was saying, if you have a knife, if you can't, you live in a state that you can't carry a gun or obtain one, then carrying a knife is better than having nothing. But if you're able to have a firearm with you, that's the best way to go. So yeah, it's important because I feel like people always think they're going to be safe, that nothing's ever going to happen to them, that, you know, oh, why do you need a gun? You know, like, people are going to say that's 1 in a million until it happens to you. Like, once it happens to you and you don't have nothing to protect yourself with, then you pretty much, you could lose your life or your loved ones get hurt. So I feel like owning a gun and having it is carrying it every day is the best way to go. Like that saying, what's it called? It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So these are my two. This Glock, I'm gonna start with this one. So I know y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but I sold my CZ Shadow 2 Compact. I traded it. I didn't sell it, I traded it for this gun, Glock 34 Gen 5. So I wanted a bigger gun only because honestly, because I wanted just a full size gun. I know this is a competition gun, but I wanted to train more with a full size gun just so I can be good with it as well. But I ended up getting it, and I really like this gun, and I've carried it, and surprisingly it's just as comfortable as carrying a 19 or 45, and that is because of the holster. So right now I'm rocking the Tier 1 concealed, the MSP. And if you see these two guns over here, just make sure it's clear. It should all be clear, but all right, let's put that to the side. So the 19 and the 34, they have the same light, the Surefire X300. So technically speaking, the Surefire and the 19 and the 34 with the Surefire, it comes up to be the same length slide technically as the 34. So if you were to put them side by side with the lights, you'll see that the lights are perfectly the same. The only difference is the slide. But when you're carrying it, that doesn't really matter, because if you got a holster like this, look, it still covers it the same. It doesn't change anything down here. Even if I were to put a 19, it would be the same thing. So I was carrying that, and it feels like I was carrying my Glock 45. So I liked it, you know, like it didn't feel bad. It wasn't uncomfortable. And of course I had the 22 capacity magazine in here, because now since it's winter, I get to EDC a bigger gun with a higher capacity. So 22 rounds in here. I don't need a sidecar, and I just rock it like this. So that's the go-to, the setup I was going to for a bit. But then of course I always still like to carry my 19 a lot, because you can't go wrong with a 19. This is an overall good gun for concealed carry or outside the waistband. But when I carry this gun, I mostly like to carry it with this one, T-Rex arm holster. This one was for my M&P Carry Comp 2.0, the metal frame, but it fits my Glocks perfectly. It fits this Glock, and then it fits my Glock 45 as well. So if I ever want to carry my Glock 45, fits the same holster. Light retention is good. There's enough space right there, and it's perfect. So that's the go-to setup. Yeah, the M&P Carry Comp got sold also. So I traded all my high-end guns for Glocks. And I know y'all gonna say, oh, that's crazy, why'd you sell them? And honestly, to be honest, completely honest, it's because I don't trust any of those other guns like I trust these Glocks. So these Glocks have all been working perfect. They're reliable, they're durable. I could throw them around. I could, you know, they're like tools, you know. You don't gotta like be like cautious without hitting something or nothing. You throw them around like it's a tool. So that's what I like about them. And with the Carry Comp, I was like kind of iffy after the slot lock issue, because I didn't want to bang something one day and then it go off rail and start messing with the slot lock issue again. I didn't want to deal with that, so I sold the gun. And the CZ Shadow 2, I was carrying, but I don't really like carrying that gun, honestly, just because it doesn't have the safety firing pin. And like, God forbid, one day I'm carrying it and the safeties and the other, that I put the safety, but if the safety clicks off and it's in the firing position, and let's say I'm bending, or you know, I'm doing an activity and I hit the hammer, or you know, something crazy happens and the hammer goes down, that's it. Like I'm done for. So I don't want to risk carrying a gun that might, you know, that possibly could, that has a higher chance of going off unintendedly. So I sold that gun. I got a 40-34 and I like it, you know. It's a gun I carried. The CZ Shadow 2 was pretty much collecting dust in my safe. I wasn't really doing much with it other than, you know, showing it off on YouTube here and there, but it's not a gun that I was carrying, that I was using. So I enjoyed it for a while, but it's not a practical gun for carrying and stuff like that. It's more of like a competition gun, if you ask me. But anyways, that's pretty much what I wanted to get on here. I just feel like with the stuff going on nowadays, people being crazy, you know, I never leave the house without a strap. Like, I always have one of these Glocks. And even if it's a quick trip, like if I'm gonna go to a gas station or the store and I don't want to put on all this stuff in a belt, the holster, you know, the right pants, then I grab this gun right here, 43X. So it's a little pocket gun. Obviously, when it's in my pocket, I don't really chamber it, only because I don't want to have a negligent discharge. So I just pocket it, and if anything were to go on, I can easily pull it out and go for it. But those are the main guns. And then of course the Walther over here, which I still haven't shot. I need to go shoot this gun, but haven't really carried it yet. It's pretty much just sitting in the safe, but I plan on shooting it here soon. But yeah, guys, I just think it's important now, if you have a family, or if you have loved ones, or even if you just care about yourself, I say go get a gun, guys. Go get a gun, go shoot it, make sure that it works, make sure that you like it, and then most importantly, make sure that you're proficient with the gun. Because you could have a gun, like anybody could carry a gun. You could have a 2011, you could have a Platypus, you could have a gun that's super expensive, and if you don't know how to train, what good is that? You know, if something were to pop off and you don't know how to use the gun, you could get killed or, you know, hurt by someone with nothing, you know. So if you get a gun, go train with it. That's the number one. Before getting more guns, like I do, for example, like I've had a lot of guns, but before I got more guns, I made sure to practice with the ones I had and to get good with them, you know. There's no point of buying all these guns and not knowing how to use them, you know. Once you get a gun, you want to train with it, make sure you're good with it, and then yeah, you could start getting into other guns, start seeing which ones, you know, you're more proficient with. But for me, it's a Glock, man. Like, this is the gun I trust. I know it's not gonna have a negligent discharge. like a SIG. A lot of you guys carry SIGs, which y'all crazy in my opinion, because after hearing that they go off by themselves, imagine carrying it. You know, imagine just chilling one day. You know, you're walking around, you got an appendix, and you're bending or something, or you're moving fast, and boom, you know, you blow your privates off, or you kill yourself only because you want to carry a SIG, like a gun that's already been known to go off by itself. Like, y'all crazy, but everybody to their own. For me, I'm carrying a Glock, you know, like a gun that's trusted, that never really had that issue or a known issue. So I don't know, it's just important, guys. Like, this year it's important to go train with your firearm. And remember, keep in mind, you don't need all this stuff. Like on the 45, I got the ramjet, I got the, what's it called, the performance trigger, I got the light and optic, suppressor eyesights, a magwell. You don't need none of that. Like, if I'm being honest, yes, it helps, it makes the gun a bit better if you're better. But if you're a trash shooter and you don't know how to shoot, adding all this is not going to make you better. It isn't. It's just the truth. So if you really want to get proficient with a firearm, just grab it stock, you know, practice. And then later, if you want to add stuff on it, once you know how to shoot, once you know your pistol, then you add little stuff like this to make yourself a little bit better. But just put in the comp, put in the red dot is not going to make you better, you know. Like, just get the gun stock, train, and make sure you're good with the gun. And then you start adding stuff. But, you know, like, as far as buying more guns and newer guns, I don't think I'm going to buy any more this year in terms of the new releases. There was the Glock and Endpoint collab that they did. I believe they're releasing it January 20th. I might get that one, yeah, because I really wanted a 47 just to complete it, the little Glock collection. And I think I might order that one and review it for you guys. But other than that, I'm not going to be buying no more new releases. That new Ruger that came out with the Magpul, it's like you guys are like thinking it's revolutionary. Like, oh, they did something crazy. They basically made this gun again. That's basically what they did. And you guys are saying that it's better than the original thing. Like, nothing. If they're copying this gun, what does that tell you about this gun? That it's good enough to be copied, right? Like the OZ9s, you know, the what's it called, the shadow systems, all the ordnance, whatever that's called. Like, they're all clones of this gun. Like, that says something right there. And people still hate on a Glock. I don't know, but all these companies try to be Glock and they try to copy Glock, and then people end up liking those guns coming from the originator, which is this gun, a Glock. So I don't get that. Like, if you're gonna get that gun, you might as well just go with this. But to each their own. But I don't really see the point of companies doing that, like, just to get market sales going up or this or that. I don't know. It's kind of gimmicky. Like, everybody just goes for the train. The only reason why I ever got all those guns, like the M&P Carry Comp, the CZ Nocturne, what else there? I got a bunch of guns on the channel, and it's not because I wanted them, it's because I was trying to get my YouTube started, and I was trying to, like, you know, do gun reviews. But honestly, I would have never gotten none of those guns if it were up to me. Like, if I had no YouTube channel, I would have got right here, what you see right here. I would have got 3 Glocks, 4, and just stuck with that. I would have not bought none of the new releases, because, you know, I don't really care for a gun like that, honestly. The new releases always have problems, and like you guys seen on my channel, they had problems. Most of the new guns ended up having problems. So I don't know, that gave me a bad taste in my mouth, you know, about the new releases, all these brands coming out with the new best thing. Oh, they got a comp on them, or they have a lighter spring, whatever, you know. They all ended up having issues. So I don't know. If you guys want a good, reliable firearm, just buy a Glock, man. Just get a Glock, train with the Glock, and then, you know, add little stuff on it. But there's no point of buying $1,000 plus pistol for a carry gun and you not knowing how to shoot it right, you know. That's like, if you want it as like a collectible or a showpiece, then yeah, get it. But a gun that you're gonna carry, just just get something simple, man. You don't need all this stuff on a pistol, even though yes, I do have it, because I want to make it a little bit better and be a little bit more proficient. If I ever need a light, if I ever need the red dots is easier to aim, whatever. But you don't really need all that stuff, you know. Just the training is the main thing. But like I said, you know, I got a channel and I got to put out content for y'all, so obviously this is what I got, you know. And then of course little 43x. Gotta love that 43x. The only reason I haven't sold this, even though I didn't like the way it shoots, is just because of the deep concealment. That's it. And my girl's starting to carry this gun more too, so that's why I'm keeping it. Little TLR 77. It's pretty bright, so nice little light. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much my inventory right now. It's just Glocks, you know, Glock 34, Glock 45, Glock 19, Glock 43x, and then I'm gonna be adding the Glock 47 with the Aimpoint collab soon here enough. I'm gonna pre-order it on January 20th. I'm gonna put an order, and then I'll be showing you guys that one on the channel. But right now my EDC, my main EDC is just simple, you know, Glock 19 with a Surefire, a dot, and a little threaded barrel. You know, the threaded barrel is for nothing but looks, honestly, guys. Like, you get no advantage with a chrome barrel. Like, it's just for looks. But you could easily just leave the stock barrel and have a solid gun right here. This is the little main EDC right now. And it's comfortable, you know, as long as you got a good belt that's like hard, it's a comfortable setup. You know, it's not going to be hanging or like moving around in your waist. It's going to be nice and sturdy down there, you know. So yeah, guys, just wanted to come on here and show you, well, basically tell you guys why I think it's important to carry in 2025, only because of the stuff that's been going on around the world. And you know, people are crazy, man. Like, you never think it's gonna happen to you until it happens, you know. And if it ever does happen to you, like God forbid, you want to have something to protect yourself, you know. You don't want to have a bat or a knife or like a metal rod. You want to have a firearm, something that's quick, you know, something that you could pull out and people are gonna be like, oh shit, he got a gun. Like, once people see you pull out a Glock, especially a modded Glock, a Glock that's Gucci'd up like this, they're gonna turn around, you know. They're not gonna wanna fucking try to mess with you or nothing. Especially if they start charging you, or like they get out their car. Let's say if you got into a road rage incident, they get out their car and you pull out this Glock, they're gonna go back in their car unless they have a gun. If they pull out a gun, you gotta shoot them then. But if they don't have a weapon and they see you with a weapon, 90% of the chance they're gonna go back in their car and they're not gonna wanna keep going or keep trying to attack you. But if you don't have a weapon and they get out their car and they're come charging you and you pull out like a knife or a bat, the chances of them still going for it and attacking you are higher instead of pulling out one of these. So, you know, it's never too safe, you know. Like, you always gotta protect yourself, guys. Like, you never know what's gonna happen, especially this year, you know. So if you got a family, if you got loved ones, you know, just get a gun. And if I'm being honest, get a Glock if you want, but get whatever gun you're comfortable with. Train with it. Get a good holster. Don't get no cheap holster. Get a good one, because this is gonna be important if you're everyday carrying. You don't want a cheap holster, like something you're going to carry every day. You want to make sure it's comfortable, so you might as well invest a little bit more money and get something that you know is comfortable. If you get something that's uncomfortable, you're not going to want to carry your gun, you know. You're going to be like, it's too tight, you know, or this or that. So get something that is comfortable, you know, that isn't like poking you, none of that, and that still conceals well. Something that you can draw the gun and has good retention. Something that covers the trigger guard. That's all you need, you know. Something that's good and comfortable, like that, you know. Just make sure the trigger guard's covered, and that's it. You got a solid setup. You don't need all these guns. You don't need none of it. You need one gun, maybe two, max 3, you know, and that's it. You just train. But yeah, guys, anyways, just wanted to put my little input, my little 2 cents out there. And yeah, take care guys, and stay strapped.